Hello everyone, in this video I'll be telling you how you can improve the effectiveness of your triathlon training using just 2 simple steps, saving you time and ensuring you will reach your next race goals. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Josh, a third year medical student in London with a real passion for triathlon and triathlon training. And I have a really busy schedule, so trying to fit in training around my medical school and my own projects outside of medical school can often be a real task. So I've developed some simple systems that I stick to every week to ensure that I'm making time for my training and making sure the training that I make time for is always effective. On this channel, I'll share some of my other tips and tricks when it comes to triathlon training and fitting it around my life and anything else that I think of really. The first and arguably the most important tip in this video that I can give you is having a clear goal for each training session that you do every single day of every single week. Whether it's swimming, cycling or running, you should never begin a training session without know what you are aiming to have achieved in it or gone out of it by the end. Giving yourself a clear goal will allow you to structure your workout sessions in a way that you will always benefit from them and you'll never feel like you've wasted hours not achieving anything. I know it may seem like a really simple first step, but I cannot tell you the number of times that I have hopped out the front door with my bike, gotten on the road, clipped in and thought to myself, oh, I've got no idea what I'm doing today. And I think this is a really common thing for a lot of both inexperienced triathletes just getting into the sport and really experienced triathletes who have been doing this for a long time without necessarily having a really key plan every single time. Now, there is probably an endless list of different types of training sessions you can do, but personally I like to break them down into 4 main categories. The first one being endurance. Now these are your longer sessions with more sustained efforts, your long Sunday ride, your long run, whatever that may be. This is to work on our ability to continually exercise for a long time. Secondly comes our aerobic power sessions, and the best example of this one is our threshold session on the bike. Intervals of around 15 to 20 minutes just below our threshold, maybe power on the bike, or our lactic threshold heart rate if we're looking to running or swimming. These sessions allow us to work at a really hard effort for longer and can also help to raise our functional power that we would be putting out, whether on the bike or on the run, for those times where we need that little bit just below the next type of session, which is our speed workouts, where we're working on our anaerobic, our real lactic acid building things. And these are our 400 meter sprint sessions when we're running, our 50 meters in the pool that we're doing, or our 1 minute efforts on the bike, anything down to 20 seconds that you might do on a turbo trainer. And this is really to raise the maximum we can, the maximum speeds we can achieve, while also making it more efficient for us at lower speeds. So those are really hard workouts to do, and often the workouts that I dread the most by far, but doing them occasionally will give you so much benefit. And the final type of session is probably the one that's done the least, and that's our technique session. And we mainly think about technique sessions when it comes to swimming, because so much of our swim performance is based on technique. But I think these are really important for both running and cycling, and they should be done every once in a while to make sure that our swim technique is good and that our run technique is good and we're looking after ourselves and preventing injury in these kind of sessions. But also when it comes to cycling, we could think about cadence varying sessions, working on our technique and ensuring that we are performing in the most efficient way. And I know that might seem like a really brief, rapid overview to these kind of training sessions, but if you want to know more about these, in the coming weeks I'll have even more videos breaking down these aerobic power sessions for swim, bike and run, thinking about technique, things that we can do in the pool to make our swimming easier and faster. So if you're looking for those kind of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I'll be doing these educational videos every week. The second way to ensure your training is always as effective as it can be builds upon our first point, and it's going to help with the effectiveness and with our time management, which is something that I really struggle with. So this is something that I've really started to do more and more as I get busier and busier as the years go by. I would recommend to everyone that before you start your training every week, make sure that you know roughly what you're doing on each day. And this might be something you'd expect a coach to be doing, but I think it's really important for us to be doing that as well if we don't have a coach to be doing that for us. For me, this looks like sitting down every Sunday evening, as I'm going to do right after I finish recording this video, and I use a simple spreadsheet just to think up the exercises that I'm going to do each day of the week, ensuring that I have some rough notes of what I'm going to do. So I never wake up in the morning and have to think to myself what session I'm going to do. It's always there in front of me. And I think that can be really beneficial in ensuring you're never at a loss for what to do, and you always can ensure you won't be wasting time on ineffective workouts. And on a personal level, this also helps motivate me in getting out of the front door, because when I wake up, I never have to make a decision about what training session I'm going to be doing. I just open my plan, see what I've set myself for each day, and then go out and do it. It's a really effective way to ensure that you're always getting out what you think you're going to from these sessions. And like I said, in a way you are almost coaching yourself, but you can definitely be less strict with the way that you structure these sessions, just as long as you are putting in that really good quality specific work for the goals that you're aiming to get out of it. And putting these two tips together and implementing them every week will really help to ensure that you are never at a loss of what to do, and you are always moving forwards towards your next triathlon goal while spending less time training, which is a really freeing experience because it gives you more time to spend with family, friends, and on any other projects that you might have. And with that, it brings us to the end of this first video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found my simple tips and tricks useful. And if you did find them useful, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I'll be doing more videos that are really similar to this, helping to educate everyone about triathlon training for people that really do have a lot going on in their lives. And if you want to see similar content from me, you can click the playlist on screen now, where it will take you to a playlist of all my triathlon training organisational videos.